Hi guys, Ethereal Awakening here, doing individual zodiac sign readings. This one's for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, check your North Node. But today, the feeling in my hands was like I couldn't hold on to stuff. And it gave me the impression kind of like that feeling of everything good in my life I let slip through my hands, like I can't hold on to the good stuff. So I'm jumping into these readings today and seeing what that's all about. And I've got a new oracle deck. This is Messages from the Light by Joyce Huntington. I'll pull a couple of these and some tarot and then an advice card and expanding these readings a little bit. So I hope you enjoy them. All right, Spirit, what messages did you want to get through to our Virgos? Spirit, what messages are there for Virgos? My moon's in Virgo. So, all right. And my mother is a Virgo. All right. And my oldest son is. Nature is the first card, and I will read from the books from these because these are still it's still a new deck to me. Ooh, Curiosity. Pretty card. What a pretty card. There's like silhouettes of people all over that grid. Oh, can't see them very well. And I will get a better camera, I promise. But, very pretty card. Alright. So nature. Immerse yourself in growing things in wide open spaces, in rich loam, water, and sunlight. You are part of a greater whole, which is eager to provide the respite, the energies, and the inspiration you crave. So this is, to me, very much getting outside and grounding. But when you go within, you recognize that expansiveness in nature is within you. You can grow. You can gain information into wisdom, or information turning it into knowledge, and then knowledge putting that into action turns into wisdom. And that's all an expansive kind of growing things. When you put things into the sunlight, it's like learning. That's what shadow work is. I was addicted to drugs. Why? Why was I addicted to drugs? Well, because I was avoiding my emotions by seeking to feel better through using drugs. Okay, so what is it that I need to replace that with? Well, I need to learn about myself and actually what kind of hobbies I have. That's turning what one time, it's not like you wore a t-shirt, unless that's that kind of person, which maybe you did. If you're one of the people who hides their drug use, well, that's like shadow. That's something that you're hiding. It's a fear. So we release the fear by learning, well, I was just hiding my emotions from myself, and now I've learned something and I've expanded. I put sunlight on it, and now I'm learning about myself. Well, now I'm not going to use drugs. I'm going to read books, or I'm going to write poetry, or maybe I'll paint, or maybe I'll read tarot cards. Learning about yourself. This is the expansiveness that comes when we step into nature. Most definitely. I always feel better if I feel a little tense. I go outside and it's like I can open up and I can release. And I feel connected and I feel the energy. It didn't begin this way. But I didn't keep me from going outside. But now there's that connectedness that I feel when I go outside, just like, like it's snowing right now, and I'm going to take a break after this reading. I'm going to sit outside and sit in the snow and let it fall on me and be cold, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. But I had to recognize that same process that I see outside inside me first. That when I recognized it from within me, I was able to appreciate it without me, from without me. And then the curiosity card, which that seems like it's going right in what I just spewed off. The same thing that eludes us all links us all. Curiosity leads to understanding. Follow your interests. Find common ground with people of all backgrounds. Shut the front door. I just basically explained exactly what those were together. Because once you recognize from within that you no longer seek to feel better through compulsive, addictive, behaviors, whether we're addicted to people, going to certain places like going to casinos, drug dealers, the liquor store, where, those are all compulsive behaviors that we are trying to avoid feeling a certain way when we do them compulsively. Going within and recognizing the expansiveness that is within each one of us allows us to see it from without. And now instead of doing drugs or, profusely having sex, whatever, it came out. Instead of doing that, I now recognize that I like poetry, and I've gone on to a really cool poetry website, and I interact with people about my poetry. I'm starting to write my book, or there's so much out there that is beckoning us. Painting, being a creative being, reading tarot cards, being a spiritual healer. That gets us connected into the other people who share our interests, who become our soul family, our soul tribe. So now I'm going to read some tarot to go along with the oracle messages. Spirit, what messages do we want to continue with for my Virgos? Spirit, what messages do we need to continue with for the Virgos? That one kind of lame. That was a lame shuffle. I'm doing one more. Alright, that was much better. Alright, under nature, the Fool. This is something that, again, I am not a fortune teller. When we become open and honest with ourselves, which is what the Fool is, he's open, he's honest, he doesn't have any baggage. He doesn't have any reason. Which way we go with this can give him baggage, or we learn about ourselves along the way. Not about the people around us. She's this way. He's this way. That's Four of Cups stuff. That's looking at these individual things to distract you from you being this expansive being, part of nature, part of everything. The Fool knows that to begin with, but he's still the Fool. So we can turn, we can go. We have the choice. The King of Swords is backed up that Fool. I mean, Virgo, this is, again, I just said, honest. The Fool has taken off into the world as if it's his oyster and it's all open for him. But this Fool has this king right in his back. Like this king has the Fool's back. Honesty, plan making. I'm not just really taking off and stepping off the cliff. I know the cliff's there. I've seen it. I'm ready for the newness. I'm ready to honestly take off into this journey of me. Nature within me, all around me. When I recognize it from within, it is manifested without. And under curiosity, the Four of Rods. You want to know how deep you can go, Virgo. I love the Four of Rods. It's my favorite card in the tarot. It speaks on stability. And when I think of the stability as the Four of Rods, it's the four-cornered foundation of stability. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual soundness. And you want to, when I see this under that curiosity, you want to know how deep it'll go. You're ready to be curious about you. You are poking at you. And guess what you'll find at the bottom? When you keep digging, there is no bottom. But, and that's scientifically proven, no matter how deep we look, no matter how little we can make technology look into the most photonic level of matter, it keeps getting littler because we want there to be something there. And there will. There's always going to be something there. And that's what this Ace of Pentacles is representing. There will always be something physically there. This is not me speaking spiritual woo-woo. It is a little. It's both. It's that toroidal shape that is in on itself constantly. Look at these circles behind me in our solar system and all of our planets and the wobbles and all of the nature. It's all a circle, just like that pentacle. Cyclical. You will always be there. You can keep going. Just keep going, keep going. It'll go as deep as you want to, and you can ground it in as deep as you want it to. Because the deeper it's grounded in, the harder it'll be to shake you going forward. Underlying energy. This Two of Pentacles is really cool to me because even though his pentacles are balanced, this is integration. This one speaks more on integration for me because you can see the choppy waters in the back, but his face is so content. He's like, even though there's raging waters behind me, I have learned what I want, what I don't want, and how they all play into who I am. I mean, right here at heart level, both pentacles, calm face, those waters are not his waters. He knows that that's not him. Or she knows that that's not her, gender aside. That comes from knowing yourself. Know thyself. The Sun, because your happiness is very important. And there again, that Sun looks like that pentacle. There's two pentacles there and the sunflowers. All these, you are at the bottom of all this. There's no bottom, but you'll keep digging into you and how expansive you really are. Digging into or expanding out of, it's that toroidal shape. It's like a donut. Six of Pentacles. Virgo, this is very much speaking on, look at this freaking underlying energy. You're ready for you to be the gift of balance and good things coming to you. You're ready. You're ready to be abundant and happy. And you're ready to take these steps of curiosity into how expansive you really truly are. I'm going to get an advice card from the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors deck by Alex Gray. All right, Spirit, what advice do we have for Virgo? Got the Material World card. Materia prima, beginning of the great work. Identity fused with lead in the alchemical flask of the body. Atoms form molecules, molecules form cells, cells form organs, organs form bodies. Our incarnation is miraculous and depends on billions of years of evolutionary biochemical problem solving. Use the great good fortune of your birth to enter life as a path and realize your true nature. Energy, matter, space, and time, building blocks of empirical reality, deep-rooted fabric of the elements, blanketing our physical stratum of being. Mother womb and tomb of temporality, thou art a shadow theater cast by the spiritual sun. Reflection on foundation. Well now, if this isn't synchronistic when we have the Four of Rods, so this is just another confirmation, as even I spoke on, the photonic level of our matter being each one thing building on the other. Atoms form molecules, molecules from cells, cells from bodies, organs, so organs from bodies. These are all the building blocks of everything. What kind of cell are you building? Are you building a body, a body cell, the cell that forms the body, or are you building a cell that encases the mind? You're ready to break out of whatever cell you've been in and be the expansive grid cell that you were intended to. I hope this has helped, Virgo. See you next time.